Did you hear the story about Gallaudet University suspending with pay its chief diversity officer? Now, school officials learned she signed a petition that challenged Maryland's new same-sex marriage law. So should the employee have been protected by her constitutional right to express her political views? Or was the school correct in suspending her, given her role as a diversity officer? Well, joining us now to talk about it, trial attorney Rachel Self and Fox News legal analyst Bob Massey. Good to see you both. Rachel, let me start with you.
Thank you.
Ladies first. Did the university overreact here and make a mistake so big that it will likely result in a lawsuit against the school?
Well, I think the university definitely made a mistake, Greg, but whether or not it's ultimately going to result in a lawsuit against the school is going to be determined by whether or not they actually let her go. And at this point, what the damage has been to her thus far, because she's been suspended with pay, she hasn't actually been terminated. And an employer is not allowed to influence or coerce an employee to support or not support a certain political view or have a certain political opinion by threatening their job. And D.C. law is very clear in this.
Yeah, but we're talking Maryland, not D.C. law. That's the problem here, because it was a Maryland petition. But look, Bob, all Angela McCaskill did was to sign a petition, along, by the way, with 200,000 other residents, encouraging a referendum vote on the issue of same-sex marriage. Just because you work at a private school, Bob, doesn't that mean you don't waive your First Amendment rights?
Yeah, and I mean, I think, this is a tough issue for me, Greg, because we know that the Supreme Court, there's a difference between public employees making statements and private employees in this particular situation. And I do agree with you that all she said was she basically wanted to go to the vote of the people. The question is, can you read into that? Does that create an acrimony? Does that create the wrong message? If somebody who has a title that she has to say this, even though it's just for a referendum, does that create something with the conflict? And remember, she did not get terminated. She really hasn't been damaged. And they did say, we're going to look at it, and they may reverse it.
Well, and here's the other thing. It may be a private university, but it gets a lot of federal dollars.
It does.
But Rachel, the university president, I want to be fair here, he issued the statement. We'll put it up on the screen. I'll quote it. It recently came to my attention that Dr. McCaskill has participated in a legislative initiative that some feel is inappropriate for an individual serving as chief diversity officer. However, other individuals feel differently. I will use the extended time while she's on administrative leave to determine the appropriate. I got to tell you, Rachel, I mean, this should have been a no-brainer for the president. A quick call to a novice lawyer would have informed him you can't do that because almost every single state, including Maryland, have laws preventing private employers from retaliating against workers for their votes and their petition signatures.
Yes, and there's nothing, Greg, at all in her entire 23-year history that this has affected her job performance and that she's been anything other than an exemplary employee, and that's why she's been made chief diversity officer. And diversity means acceptance of all opinions. So I think that he ate a big old piece of irony pie by then saying that she couldn't have this particular opinion. And just like everybody said, she didn't say that she wants a particular outcome. She simply indicated that she thinks that it should go to a vote. And so I think that they
I do want to underscore that. McCaskill was not publicly taking a stand for or against gay marriage. She signed a petition. Maybe she was just asking, hey, let's let voters decide it, not lawmakers. Isn't that a critical difference?
It's a major difference in what you said earlier. But I'm wondering, Greg, do you feel that, well, why should I be asking you the question? But when I look at this, I say, isn't the egg on the face going to be on the university? I would agree with you. You would think they have counsel for the university. They get on the phone. They say, hey, listen, man, this is what's going on. What's your opinion? Now, what I don't know, did they get an opinion? Did they say, look, let's look into it?
She did not ever, at any single time, the best I can tell, offer an opinion pro or con when it comes to gay marriage. She just said, hey, let's let voters decide it.
No, I didn't mean that.
Is there any evidence they called a lawyer?
No, what I mean is, did the university ever go to in-house counsel? We don't know that and say, listen, this is what we just found out. And they may have said, let's put her on administrative leave with pay. Let's look into this. And you know what? It could have happened.
But she
Greg.
gets
I can't
harmed.
imagine he did this unilaterally.
She gets harmed by that
it.
no matter what, and therein are her damages, even if she's still getting paid.
Oh, no, I
she's
don't
being
think so.
harmed publicly.
No,
I know you disagree
I
with
don't.
that. Okay.
Love you.
All right, three lawyers disagreeing with each
That's what
other.
it's all about.
Gee, how novel is that? All right, Rachel Self, Bob Massey, great to see you both. Thanks.
Thanks,
Good
Greg.
to see you
Take care,
guys.
man.
Thanks.
Well, there's got to be a joke in there somewhere. 3 lawyers in a room, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well.